Hello and welcome to another Today's Decay, July 30th edition, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. Yesterday was a big book-centric day, and today is as well. Maybe every day should be a real page-turner. On this day in 1873, C.C. Senf? I don't know. The letter C, and then S-E-N-F, as in Frank and Stein, was born. He was one of the early, and again, we were talking about Weird Tales yesterday, we're talking about Weird Tales again today. He was one of the really early cover artists for Weird Tales, doing such ridiculousness as, like, we have here. But, I mean, plenty more. Here's a pretty good one, illustrating Bassett Morgan's The Wolf Woman. One of my favorites. This is him illustrating Elliot O'Donnell's short story, The Ghost Table. This is from February 1928. These are all repros, I should say. The originals were like a gajillion dollars, but the repros, you know, you still get it. Yeah. So the ghost table, you can see here, there's like these claws on the feet. So it's like somebody buys a used wooden table and brings it home, and in the middle of the night, when like all the lights are off, they can hear something moving around downstairs, and they can't tell what it is. And long story short, basically the table itself, which has these like really vicious looking bear claw legs, the table is like possessed, and in the dark it like runs around, I guess, trying to get out and or hurt and maim people. And lo and behold, the people who took home this table get the tables turned on themselves, and wind up getting like destroyed by this table. I don't think they ever explain why this table is possessed by some raging animal, or why it's so hungry for blood. But it's really good. Yeah. Alright, what's next? On this day in 1920, Bob Guy was born. That's Jeepers from Jeepers Creepers Theater. You have the first horror host in Los Angeles being Vampira. She was on the air in 54 to 55. Once she was off, there was like a vacuum, and that was filled, I'm going to say, first by The Old Woman, which is a really fascinating, cool story, and we'll talk about that at a later date. But after The Old Woman, because she wound up getting embroiled in his legal battles, which we're going to talk about on another date. I just said, come on, leave me alone. Bob Guy took over as Jeepers Creepers Theater, and he kind of looked like Screamin' Lord Sutch. I don't know who's first. They were right around the same time, give or take. And also, this is around the same time that you have like the shock theater packages. So that's to say, like, Mila Nurmi wasn't introducing monster movies. She was really introducing like hot boiler whodunits. But by the time Bob Guy was Jeepers, he was introducing like, you know, full-on monster movies, because the television studios got the rights to show them by that point. So it's like this is kind of the pinnacle of horror hosting, I guess, as far as around the country. And for LA, it was Jeepers who was like horror host number one, to the point of people that replaced him after he was gone, because he was only there for a short period of time, like took on like his moniker. Really, there was like Jeepers Keeper, who was like two horror hosts after him, just because Jeepers was so popular. This and much more can be found in Jim Fetter's book Creatures of the Night that we loved so well. It's excellent. It's all based on Los Angeles horror hosts. Jeepers, Bob Guy, actually cut an awesome rock and roll 45 with I think it's uncredited Frank Zappa. Where is Jeepers in here? Here we go. Jeepers. Jeepers! Here he is with Bob Burns, the Mad Mummy. There's only a little bit of video footage of him that exists, and the little bit that does just kind of adds to the mystique, similarly to Vampira, because he just seems like out of his mind and terrific. All about it. So anyway, yeah, Creatures of the Night that you love so well. Essential reading. And then, on this day in 1955, Rat Scabies of the Damned was born. I love Rat Scabies, and I love The Damned. And I also love Don Bowles, who was born on this day 1 year later in 1956. Germs, 45 Grave, all sorts. He features very prominently in this book, which is quite the tome, a tomb tome called Phantoms. He even does the forward. How very forward of him. But it's compiled by Mikey Bean, and it is a honestly overwhelming but amazing book where just people are sitting around talking about like the birth of death rock and LA punk and goth, and I mean like it's wild. Castration Squad, I feel like there's so little on Castration Squad. It's almost like Castration Squad gets cut out of the history books. Huh? Anyway, not here. So maybe I'll delve further into Phantoms today. What are you gonna do? I don't know. I gave you a whole bunch of suggestions. Take 'em or leave 'em, folks. But I'll see you tomorrow.